Okay, so today is October 3rd of 2024, and I'm just going to be going over our weekly outlook. Um, Not weekly, uh, daily outlook, as well as the previous day's price action. But I'm just trying to do this. I erased everything yesterday just because the reason why I erase things is because sometimes I just need to recalibrate price action. Well, with my own eyes, I need to clear. I clear all this out. Uh, yeah, I clear all this out just to recalibrate to see where price is, because oftentimes what you do when you have these markings on here is you actually pay more attention to the markings as opposed to what price is doing. And so that's why I deleted everything, and I'm putting these back in right now actually. So I just want to make sure they're in the correct areas. Nope, it's actually this one. And this one. Just a few more seconds. Okay, so um, let's just go over yesterday's price action real quick. So yesterday, right off the morning open, or yesterday during the analysis, I wasn't necessarily bullish or bearish. What I wanted to see was I wanted to see a sweep of the lows and then price to draw higher, or sweep of the highs and then for price to draw lower. Same thing on both on ES and NQ, right? So because we were in the center of it all, because we were in the center, I couldn't necessarily get a good outlook on the daily, because on the daily I really had no idea as to what it wanted to do. So then we started zooming into the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, I didn't really see anything either, because price had really done nothing. It hadn't swept the highs, and it did sweep the lows. So I had maybe expected for price to draw higher. So on the 4 hour, same thing without this price action. It did not sweep the lows, but it did sweep the highs. So on NQ, I had expected price to draw and sweep the lows. So that was the 4 hour. On the 60 minute, price swept the highs here. Previous day, swept the lows here. Same thing on NQ. It swept on the 4 hour, but on the 1 hour, did not sweep anything. On the 1 hour, the lows were swept though. Uh, So again, on the 60 minute, I was expecting for price to draw higher into this imbalance maybe, and Q also had an imbalance. So either or, I wanted to see that imbalance get swept, and on one of the pairs, I wanted to see the high get swept, which happened yesterday. So pretty good analysis there. So on the 15 minute, right? So uh, on the 15 minute again, I did not see anything. We did sweep this high, and we swept this low, but that didn't really tell me anything. Same thing here. We swept this high, and this low was swept here. That is the case for a bearish price action. But the fact that on the hourly we had swept this high here and we had an imbalance here. I had expected this imbalance to get swept at least before we traded down lower and swept this low here. Same thing on the on NQ. On NQ, we did not sweep this high, so at least I wanted to see this high get swept if we were still bearish, right? So if we were still bearish, I wanted to see this high get swept, and this balance get imbalance get rebalanced, because we had already swept the hourly here. So right off the morning, I had expected price to draw higher, or as soon as as soon as 0930 opened, I was starting to lean towards a bullish run before we drew lower. And so I did try to catch a long here, and I actually did, but I actually took the stop. Now the dumb thing was, as soon as price started having some movement up, I actually drew my uh, changed my stop to I think this low here or this low here, and I got stopped with this low. And my original stop should have been left here because obviously once we swept this high here, we drew into this imbalance. So this should have been the first objective, second objective, and then ultimately third objective if we did sweep the highs, but obviously we did not. So I was a little frustrated with that. I was frustrated with the fact that I moved my stop and then I let price go on without me. I tried to jump in on a retracement, but obviously that didn't happen either. So uh, my outlook, my trade idea after that, was my plan after that was to see what price did after it swept these highs here. What I wanted to see for a bullish case was I wanted to see a continued draw higher with price unwilling to close below these areas. What I wanted to see was gaps, runs like this sort of, but obviously after we run those highs, we came back and swept these lows here. But I wanted to see price action like this if we were to continue to draw higher. If we were to reject those highs, I want to see price unwilling to close above these areas here, and that's exactly what happened on NQ. On ES, we did not run these highs. Instead, we rebalanced this imbalance, even even creating a double top here or relative equal highs. 1645. No, actually, this is PDH right here. So we do have relative equal highs up here. Okay, so I wanted to see these highs get swept. Actually, so I wanted to see SMT on either or, and we got that out of these highs here. So I came back for the 11 o'clock macro. Actually, let's try the 5 minute because the 5 minute is where I saw the trade idea. I came back into the 5 o'clock, the 5, I came back for the 11 o'clock macro, and I noticed that price displaced lower, right? I noticed that price displaced lower on both. Okay, I noticed the price displaced lower, but it was right here actually at 11. Okay, I noticed the price was displacing lower, and this chart had already printed these areas here, these areas here. So what did I want to see? I wanted to see one more sweep of the highs, and the reason, yeah, I wanted to see one more sweep of the highs and maybe show off some SMT up here somewhere, and that's exactly what we got. And I actually nailed this trade, as you can see here. Price swept this high, ES did not. Not only that though, but on the 1 minute you'll see what I mean. So I was looking, plus we had this imbalance here, and in order for this imbalance to get invalidated, it would actually have to uh, uh, draw to the highs, and I did not expect this area or this gap here to get a rebalance. Instead, I expected this one. Why? Because, well, on the 1 minute, going into the 11 o'clock macro, we were showing my model, and my model was that on the 50-minute we had swept the high, but we needed to come here down here to sweep the lows. Same thing here, we swept the highs, but we needed to come down here and sweep the lows. So I started looking for a model here. And what happened here? We swept the lows first, then we swept the highs. Same thing here, we swept the lows, then we came up here to sweep the highs. On this tiny little tick right here, I jumped in short, covered some into here, and I actually got stopped out on the rest right here once price came back up to this area here. So I did not like that. But again, pretty good, pretty good rebound. Yeah, pretty good rebound after this botched trade here. My entry was actually right here, and I actually ended up getting stopped out right here. And then a few minutes later, had I remained with my stop, I would have nailed this trade as well. But you know, you can't have them all. Sometimes you let emotions get into you, and but anyways, so coming into the afternoon session, we had a reversal. Yep, we had a reversal here, or right here after price swept the lows. Price did not sweep the lows here. That's SMT. And so we started trading higher. I did not take this trade, but since I was still bearish, I had expected price to actually to at least rebalance into 50% of the range, and that's what happened. If you zoom into the 5 and 1 minute, you'll see that price did not take this high, but price took this low here. After it took this low, we drew higher, and so you could have covered into these relative equal highs up here and up here. So pretty good trade that would have been, but I'm not going to go into that because it just yeah. I mean, the only type of trade I was looking to take was short. We did have a 12 o'clock macro play, but I'm not going to get into it because there's my model is not there. Um, so I'll leave it at that. So coming into today's price action, what am I looking for? I'm looking for bearish price action. I'm looking to have seen price draw lower after these highs were drawn without taking this high. If we take this high, then on ES, I would like to see these highs get taken, but not on NQ because I'm still bearish. I do believe that we're still in the distribution phase of the down move, right? Of the down move. Um, I'm looking to see the distribution phase of the down move still, because on the 4 hour, again, on the 4 hour, we saw price take out liquidity here on NQ, but on ES it fails to do that. So that means that ES is the weaker of the two. We have relative equal lows down here now. So I do suspect, wait, I just remembered something. Maybe here. Okay, so I do expect during Asia and London, I do expect to have seen maybe some sort of buy side get taken because we already took sell side, right? So if buy side gets taken, it'll maybe be here or here. It could be here because here, this is also sell side taken, right, on the 15-minute. On the hourly, we saw that we did not take out any buy side either. So maybe we come back up here to take this buy side and then we draw lower. But again, on NQ, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see these highs get taken. If we do, then that's fine too. But if we do on both sides, then what I will want to see is I will want to see displacement lower to maybe come down and take these lows because I believe that these lows are the weekly objective. Same thing here. I want to see a weekly objective. If we come to these draw areas here, I want to see an immediate draw higher, and I want to see price close above here on the daily today to see what my outlook will be for next week. So today I remain bearish. Um, yeah, I remain bearish. We do have 0830 news, non-farm week. So I will be very mindful of that because price likes to act like a jackass during non-farm week. So I'll be very careful today. Today is Friday. I did end up, I'm ending the week well. Um, so I'm not looking to give back any, and I think I will be maybe a little aggressive because there I do see a trade idea. But it all just depends on how price traded overnight. So let's go ahead and connect the data and see where we stand right now. It is 9:14. So let's see here. I am going to be using a new tool that I mean, I've always used it. I've always used that tool, but uh, over the past how long? Over the past 2 weeks, I've been using it not necessarily to look for a trade, but to time my trades. Because as you know, time is the most important part of a trade. Without time, there is no trade, regardless of how good the model looks. So this tool helps me time my trades. So we'll see where price is, and yeah. But again, I do want to see a draw lower into these lows and then maybe if we have a draw lower, then I like to see a retracement, and then for price to close above these areas here, because that might tell me something for next week. So we'll see. Yeah, so I'm still in the distribution phase. I believe we are still distributing lower, but I think this will be it for me on as far as we could come as far as down here, but we'll see. Ooh, all right, never mind. All right, so I was wrong. Okay, so why was I wrong? Well, that comes back to what I was saying yesterday morning. Yeah, that comes back to what I was saying yesterday morning because we have continuously failed to get below consequent encroachment here. Here we got below consequent encroachment, but we still closed above it, right? We still closed above it. So because of that, I'm bullish today, right? Because on the hourly, we took out sell side, but on this hour, we did not take out sell side. But we have SMT, we have first stage SMT on the daily and second stage SMT on the hourly. So it makes sense that price is drawing higher now. That's actually pretty cool. All right. Well, like I said, I was bearish because because on the 4 hour I saw price take out buy side but not sell side. So I was looking for price maybe to come down and tell sell side, take sell side before we drew higher. But this just tells me we're accumulating, not accumulating. We're generating liquidity here to then maybe see it get taken later on. Kind of like this area here. As you can see here, all of this is generated liquidity where none of these lows were swept. Same thing here. Well, these lows were swept, yeah, and that's fine. But eventually we'll need to take a run at these lows because these lows right here are relatively equal. So again, again, why is price drawing this way? Because price has failed to continuously get to consequent encroachment. Same thing here. Price has failed to get it traded below consequent encroachment, but it's still open and closed above it. And this is a weekly imbalance, so the weekly is above the daily. So no matter what I think of the daily, the weekly is king. And again, on the daily, we have first stage SMT here. And on the hourly, we have second stage right here. Um, yeah, see, the hourly never took any sell side here. That's crazy. But it did here on the 4 hour. Hmm. So I am bullish up until here. So okay, I'm not so on the 4 hour. I'm not so convinced. Yeah, I'm really not. Because the fact is, okay, like where is it? Right here. Okay, so this is why here I was bullish and I was convinced that we would continue to draw higher because during the FOMC meetings, we also have a void here. So during FOMC, we swept buy side first, we swept sell side, and we drew higher. Here, we swept buy side, but there's no sell side. So because of that, it does make sense that price is drawing higher. And if we do draw higher, then this would have been the first objective right here at this high. Uh, and if we draw high, continue to draw higher on the daily, this would be the objective as well. Um, so again, I do want to see price close above this area here, and this will happen during 10 o'clock. So I'm not taking any trades until 10 o'clock to see what happens here, because I do want to see price close above with no flat tops. I mean, with a flat top. I don't want to see any 4 hour candles that look like this right here. Do you see this? This wick right here indicates at failed price, failed price action. Um, After price took this high here, as you can see, it continued to fail to close above. So this right here, I want to see how it closes. Not necessarily above this high, but above this breaker right here. I mean, not breaker, above this imbalance here. Same thing here. I want to see how price closes above this imbalance here. The only way I'll decide to get short is if I see something happen up here with displacement. But as it stands right now, I'm not looking for any trades. So today I'm off sides. I'm not looking to trade today. It just looks too risky to want to be trading in these market conditions. The only way I'll be trading is maybe if we get a retracement into equilibrium later on. Again, first stage SMT, second stage SMT, first stage, second stage. I need to do something real quick. This is why I'm glad I don't swing trade. Why does it keep happening? Let's do it again. Give me a second. I'm trying to do something. As crazy as it sounds, I'm going to remain bearish. I just don't like this move. It seems to, with time, it just doesn't make sense. Um, Wait, did I say bullish or bearish? Yeah, I'm going to remain bearish. I'm going to remain bearish because I just don't trust it. It seems too far-fetched to me. Um, so yeah, so I'm gonna stick to my rules. Why? Well, because on the 4 hour we took out buy side. Well, we took out sell side, and now we're taking out buy side, right? Same thing here. We never took out sell side, but we're taking out buy side. So when price does that, when price does these things, what I want to see now is I want to see it continue to draw lower. Um, but if we just consolidate today, that's fine too. Um, yeah, I don't trust this move at all. Because what could also happen is maybe we're building some sort of trend line here. I don't like, I don't trade off of trend lines, um, but I do notice them. And just like it did here, as you can see here, we built some sort of trend line. We could be doing that right now where price comes back down here to build maybe some sort of, what's that thing called? I don't know much about patterns. Well, I do know them, but I don't use patterns to trade. I just use setups. So we might be building some sort of bullish, oh, damn, what's the word? Bullish flag. Right. Ooh, let's take a look at my tool. This is a 4 hour. Nope, it's not that one. It's actually this one right here. Darn. Nope, not that. Okay. So why am I using it here and not here? The reason why I'm not using it here um, is because whichever of the pair, whichever of the pair has the lower low, I mean the lower high is the one I go with. So this area here has a higher high, so that's why I'm not using it. I could use this right here, but when it comes to price action, you have to use what you yeah, you have to use the one that you initially used to make that short. Same thing for buy side for a bullish run. I'm not going to use this too much. I'm going to take it off here in a second. Yep, this one doesn't make sense. All right, let's use this one. Okay, so because I'm still bearish, I want to see how price reacts around these areas. Um, one of the rules for this tool, which is called the Andrews Pitchfork, is as above, so below. So whatever happens up here, depending on this range here, will happen up here. As you can see here, we are basically let's choose. No, it's not. All right, no, not like that. Ah, perfect, right here. Nope. Okay. All right, so let's just leave it at that. But anyways, so we took out sell side, now we took out buy side. So if I'm still bearish, then I want to see price come down to these areas down here. Again, I want to see price come back down to this area here. But I don't think these highs get swept if we are bearish. If we are bullish, then these highs get swept, right? So yeah, let's leave it at that. Let's check out the 60-minute. On the 60-minute, we swept buy side. Well, we swept sell side. We swept buy side again. So that's why I am bearish. Same thing here. We did not sweep sell side, but we're sweeping buy side. So all of this is generated liquidity. Yeah, I'm bearish. Yeah, I'm bearish. Um, the reason why I'm trying to hurry up with this is because if I'm right, then the entry um, should be right now, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a trade right now, just in case this is the high. Okay. Yeah, I just don't trust this move. I really don't. We have SMT at the highs right now. Uh, yeah, I don't trust this move. And my stop is up here. Just one micro, so not a big deal. This one is more impulsive than based off of technical analysis. Well, it is based off technical analysis because if I stick to my rules, then the rule is that sell side was swept, but not buy, and buy side was swept. That's a perfect model for a sell model. Same way like here, sell side was swept, then buy side, draw lower. Uh, the only thing that's working against me is the fact that we displaced higher. So that's the only thing. But again, I am mindful of that, and that's why my stop is up here. I'm not going to mess around with that. 36 points, about 36 points. So that's about yeah, 36 points to make what? 286 points at least. Oh wow, the market just opened. So yeah, my stop is up here. I added one more. So again, my stop is up here. Um, if price comes down to these areas, I want to see an immediate, what's the word? Rejection. Well, not rejection. I want to see an immediate, yeah, I want to see it slice through. This is the only sweep that we had. So far, so good. So I'm in with 2 contracts. So we'll see. And I'll take one off here. And we'll see. But again, my risk reward is well worth it. Risking 36 points to make what? 200 points? But it all has to do with displacement. I want to continue to see displacement. I want to see how price reacts here at 50% of the range. I don't want to see price create anything like that. So I'm looking for something similar, something like this. Here's where we might get the bounce. We have this gap here. You know, I'm not going to look to hold much, so I'm just going to cover it here. Nope, I'll stick to my plan. If price slices through here, what I'll do is I'll move my stop up to break even. I don't like this. Let's take a look on the 1 minute. See, I don't want to see candles like these. Yep, I don't like those. Five-minute just started. The fact that we did not touch the upper portion of this could be a bullish sign. But again, I'm still just watching. We are reacting off of this bullish, this bearish gap here. We do have this gap here. Not gap, bearish order block here. Propulsion block, Okay, so we do have SMT at these highs on the 15-minute. Actually, no, not SMT just yet. Two areas here. Yep, I like ES a lot. I mean, I like ES a lot better than I like NQ. But still watching here. This is an old high. Old highs tend to act as support, so being mindful of that as well. Okay, so I'm not liking that. But still, my stop remains up here. The fact that, again, the fact that it didn't touch this is a bullish sign. Seven. Actually, no. Darn. Okay. I have 5 more minutes until this candle closes. I would like to see price close below this gap here. It's continuously failing to get above, but it still doesn't tell me anything because it is the 4 hour I'm using. So yeah, nothing. Tiny buy model here. If it takes this high, I want to see it fail to get above. There are people, I'm sure, trying to get long here. And if I were trading this based off of this model alone, I would probably get long here. But my higher time frame intuition tells me that we are bearish. And I'll always listen to the higher time frame. And if I'm wrong, then that's fine too. Because oftentimes, oftentimes more than not, wait, what did I do here? Okay. More often than not, I'm right about higher time frame bias. We have 30 seconds until the candle closes on the 15. This candle is about to close below. Yeah, I think we're going to rebalance this whole imbalance here. But we'll see. We are bouncing off of this old high here. So it is acting as somewhat support. We just immediately rebalanced here. So we'll see. That's an immediate rebalance there. But it's having trouble getting below this area here. what I want to see now is I want to see displacement. I'm not looking to see consolidation, because if I see consolidation, what that tells me is we're consolidating to maybe run the low of that consolidation and then we draw higher. That's not what I want to see. I want to see an immediate displacement, same as it did here. And if we break this low here, or this area here, then we might see that immediate displacement. I want to see it just break through it. I don't want to see it consolidate or anything of that like that. Yeah, I don't want to see this right here. So I want to see just displacement. That's all I want to see. Couple more seconds into, 1 more minute into the macro. If it doesn't happen during the macro, then I'm just going to take it off and call it a day. Yeah, I don't want to be here longer than I have to, especially on a Friday during FOMC. Okay, so the macro just started. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. So each bullish candle has failed to close above. So now my stop is above every previous 5 minute candle, and I'll leave it at that. Because I don't want to stay, because this right here is kind of like sideways moves, and I don't want to do that. So we'll see. This could have been the Judas swing, but again, I want to see displacement now. I don't want to see that. So yeah, each candle has failed to close above the previous bullish candle. So I'll take my stop up here if one of the candles closes like that. But again, I still need to see displacement. All right, we're seeing something here. We swept this low. So now I want to see continuation. and I want to see this get sliced through. And then this right here, which is 50% of this area here. So we'll see. Yep, that's not what I'm looking for. Come on. Oh, this is my trade. I'm in here, stop above the high. Come on, just slice through. Okay, we just slice through there. I want to see speed. I want to see it pick up speed. Come on. Okay, so this 50 minutes here, I want to see it just slice through also. 25, that's my entry. 225 right up here. All right, this is 50% of the initial move. I want to see it slice through. Beautiful. So at this point, I don't want to see any wicks get drawn. We're just about to hit consequent encroachment here. All right, now I want to see just continuation. If it reverses, I don't want to see it get above here. The last stop run was here. That's why, actually not there, here. So it could be either one of these two. At this point, my stop right now is maybe up here, because I don't want to put it at break even anymore. Darn, what just happened? What the hell? Oh, there we go. What the hell is happening? Okay, there's something wrong with my monitor. What the hell? Oh, beautiful. That is just nice. Oh, man. All right, so now I want to see it slice through here. Oh, my God. So this is my first objective right here. That is beautiful. I'm gonna stay strong. Wow. Just wow. Yep. This will be my target. Okay, I did it. I took one off. I just couldn't. It was just 130 points. I'll take that. My stop now is above this area here. And my final one, I'll take it off here. I would like to hold on to all of this here, but I don't know if price actually does that today. Um, the hourly is about to close. And the fact that the 4 hour is also going to close very bearish here, as you can see here, this is the 4 hour, previous 4 hour high. And as you can see here, we're rejecting that area. Oh, this is just beautiful. All right, let me put my sell stop 39 right here. I mean my buy stop 39. I had to hold through a little bit of pain, but the last couple of days, my wins have been over 50. What changed? Timing, and the fact that I've been reading price action better off than the previous months, years. I don't see a retracement, deep retracement happening here, so I'll just leave it. Uh, oh, this is my last one, by the way. And we are right below the New York Open, so that's why I'm taking it off here. But maybe I should take it off down here. But nah, I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so maybe we touch previous day high again, but I don't expect it to draw higher than that. If it does, then I'll begin to think about getting out because I don't want to give back any of the 100 plus points that I've already made on this trade. Yeah, I don't want to see it come back up here. I want to see it fail to get above this area here. Even if it gets above, that's fine. What I want to see is I want to see price fail to close above. There you go. So we have 2 more minutes until this candle closes. And if it closes above, then I'll just take it off. All right, so here it failed to get above. So I do anticipate maybe one more wick into this imbalance here. But I don't expect any more. Maybe this whole imbalance gets rebalanced, but I don't expect it to do anything else other than that. Uh, 143, that's about 30 points that I'd be risking. Uh, one of them drew into that, the other one didn't. This kind of falls in line with my idea for an afternoon trade, but I'm not going to trade anymore after this trade. But I'll paper trade. What I mean by that is we might have same plan that came along the other day, where I want to see a bullish 5 minute get drawn, bullish order. I mean a bearish order block get drawn, price to displace through it, and then later on we get some sort of retracement back into this order block. Price fails to get above, and then we get another trade, similar to what happened right here. Order block is drawn, price fails to get above, short here. But I'm done trading for the day, so I just don't want to give back more than I have to. 3 more minutes. Yep, 3 more minutes. Again, I don't want to see price close above this area here. Beautiful. And my limit order, come on. Oh, I already have it set. So my limit order is right here at 39. Come on. So, geez. And I'm out. Wow. Okay. Ooh. Where did it hit? Oh, and it's going to continue going. Shoot. So why is it going to continue going? Well, because all of this is generated liquidity, so we might just continue to run these lows here. Another reason as to why it might keep going, and I don't like using indicators, but this tool that I use, as you can see here, from what I said earlier, if above, so below, or if below, so above, meaning that if price continues to draw higher and just does something like this, then it's likely to do the same, um, doing it by measured moves, meaning that, all right, let's take this measured move at least. It's gonna draw one, and if it gets through here, this line, it's gonna draw to at least here, and then if it gets through here, then it's gonna draw to at least this area here, hitting the objective. And that's it. That's my trade of the week. Um, I'm actually proud of this. Wow. So as you can see, this tool works as long as you know how to use it. Now I'm wishing that I could have, I should have held on to some more. Okay, so now for an 11 o'clock trade, let's say price retraces back into this order block here. What I want to do is I want to try to catch a short, just like we did here, into this order block here. Price failed to close above, and I entered on the retracement, which is right here, covered into this low here. So that's what I want to see now. I want to see price fail to get above this area. I think this is working up to be a trade for zero. Not zero, for the 11 o'clock macro. Okay, uh, so maybe something like this, where a 5-minute swing high gets drawn, run of those swing highs. We put in maybe some sort of double bottom or relative equal lows. Then we come back, tap this area here. We run these highs into this order block. Price fails to get above. You get in on the retracement and we get continuation. Because right now we're getting some sort of retracement. But again, I want to see something like that get put in. I want to see a swing low, swing high get put in below this area, not above, below. Get a run of that low, then a run of that high, into this order block, then we get continuation. Okay, so that's that's it for me this week. Pretty good week. Um, the fact that I'm trusting price more as to the fact of where it's going and where it's going to be, um, it's making a difference, little by little. I'm not trying to win home runs right now, even though this right here is a home run. But you know, obviously it's a micro. Micro, it's $2 for every point made. So you know, I got in at 225, got out at I think it was at 90, and then 39. So that's almost 200 points here, and about 150 points up here. You do the math. Um, but again, I'm not trying to win. What's the word? I'm not going for home runs right now. Uh, but yeah, that's it. That's it for me this week. I'm very thankful. So now it's time to study over the weekend, look at how where price might go depending on what happens here. What I do want to see here is today. What I want to see is I want to see price stay down here uh, because this is the 4 hours looking for. This completes this 4 hour sell model, right? So what I want to see is I want to see price maybe close down here, and then Monday we get a run into these highs up here, or maybe Monday we consolidate kind of like here or here. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we run those highs, and then we get continuation lower. But again, that all has to do with how price closes today, how he reacts today off of the sell-off. If it comes back up and closes up here, then I'll be bullish. But until then, I'm very thankful for how price reacted today. Um, so yeah, this tool will be a new. Well, I've always used it. I just always kept it outside of this area right here until I was ready to start start using it. So yeah, I'll be using it. Yesterday, it was actually this high right here. It was this. But when you're in consolidation, you don't use it like this. You actually use it like this. And as you can see, high was rejected, continuation lower. It obviously did not hit this area. Like I always say, if above, so below. So as soon as it rejected here, what happened? Came down here. So it's about here. If it fails to get back above or bounce above this tiny area or this distance, if it fails to get above after it travels this distance, then it's going to hit for the next one and the next one. And as you can see here, it went a little bit through it, but it bounced off. And so that's why price came back up and then some. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So I'll see you tomorrow. It looks like it's happening now. So I want to see that order block get rejected. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you next week.